That's better. Evening. Sorry about that. We had technical issues as per usual. There's a share button thing on here. Do you want to have to do that? Sorry. Hello, folks. Back in the kitchen. There we go. Brilliant. There we are. Okay. Hello. Sorry, I was away last week, but I'm back now, and we had some minor technical issues there. Don't know why the phone wouldn't turn around or something ridiculous like that. How are we all doing? Nice to be here again after a week's layoff after the COVID injection reaction. I don't know if you guys have had a similar thing, but woo! That was unexpected, I've got to say. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your Thursday evening with me. Fantastic, we're on the last couple of shows, so tonight and next week we are going to be doing our final one of these, and before we do our auction, and so I thought tonight we'd do something a little bit more slightly unusual, but before we get on to all of that, let's please like and share this as much as possible as per usual. If it's your first time, please press the like button. If it's you're watching this as per usual, please let me see those love hearts. Let me see those love hearts for all you regulars. PayPal link is, if I can just put my bit of paper back there, is paypal.me/JepSongs if you're feeling generous. Thank you so much. Okay, and if it's your first time watching this, please comment. If you're watching live, please comment with the number 1. And if you're watching after the fact, please comment with the number 2. It really helps us figure out where you're all from. And let us know where you are in the world. We love that. We love that when you tell us you're from Australia or, you know, Afghanistan or wherever you are. Wouldn't that be brilliant if someone was watching in Afghanistan, top of a mountain or something? You know, brilliant. Love to know if that's true. So going to wait a few minutes. Got the display here tonight. Doing a sort of slight focus on Wayward Sons because we've got the second song out at the moment. Big day. I don't know if you guys have heard the song yet, but that will be released. I'll let you know about that a bit later on. So I've got a bit of Wayward Sons stuff going on there, on all the rest of it. But we're going to have a grand turn on now. Because we need to do this to show that everyone knows that we are actually on air and we are live. So, and 3, 2, 1, and there we are. Oh, there we are, look. Perfect. Now I feel a lot more professional, a lot more live. Got the whole sign. People know, hang on, I need to turn that around, don't I? Because that doesn't actually... Hang on, I'm going to turn it around so I can really be properly professional, rather than being a flipping idiot that I am for not doing that before. So, let me just put it on there like this. Oh, there we go, that's better. There we are. How's that? Now that definitely does look right to you guys. Look better now? Look better? Makes sense? Exactly. Well, you know, all the mod cons. So tonight's event, I've called it Titanic Tunes, and I think it's got a little bit lost in translation. It's because these are songs, or certainly some of the songs, that sang without trace. That was the idea. I know it's pathetic, but it doesn't matter. I like it. It's all good. Not really sang without trace, but songs that I was kind of like, oh, I wish that could have done more, and you know, blah, blah. But I've also got a bit of a special treat in the middle of the show, which I'll reveal to you later on, which I thought might be quite good fun. But yeah, so that was the idea, you know, songs that through my career, through Little Angels, through other situations where I thought, oh God, that's going to be a great one. Oh dear, it didn't happen, sort of thing. And I think there's quite a lot of those, you know, for most bands type of thing. So it just gave me a good peg to hang me hat on to try a few of these songs. So yeah, there we go. So I'm going to start off with this one. I mean, actually, this I think has become a bit of a favourite from the Little Angels past. And I played it a couple of weeks ago, but I just thought I should play it again because it was one of those ones that we kind of. It happens in bands, you sort of talk, I've said before, you sort of talk yourself out of some of the best tracks a lot of the time. So I'm going to try this one. See if you remember it. You with me in the back? that tune, and you know, kind of got buried at the end of the record, which was a shame, really. But there we go. Never mind. That's what it's all. Titanic songs, buried. You know, sunk without trace. Well, I'm resurrecting them. I'm bringing them up to the surface. So there we are. I'm going to carry on with another one. I've done this a few times, but again, this one we really thought this was going to be a big launch for the band, and the only thing that people talk about is the shorts I was wearing on the beach, which is a bit annoying. And also, I just thought this is a good one to kind of get the whole idea of summer is in the air. Can you smell it? There was a bit of sunshine yesterday. We only had some hailstones, a bit weird, but it still meant, it felt like there was a bit of sunshine. Summer's on its way. What do you feel? You feel it's like in the air, isn't it? Well, at least spring. We've got the whole clocks going forward thing this weekend, so brill. Here we go. So anyway, you must remember it. No surprise to me. No surprise to me at all. Dog's got a fat leg. She's done what?
She's done the dog thing about it.
Nice. Got the whole domestic dog thing going on. We've got a cat. I had a cat running through here a minute ago. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all kind of like domestic, sort of, kind of weird bliss. But anyway, it is our home. Yes, it's very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. Okay, so yes, Eddie, welcome. Anyway, those who have just joined us, thanks for being here. Like I say, sorry about last week. I knocked off my feet. I don't know if anyone else has. You tell me your COVID injection stories. Bit boring, bit medical, but hey, current. So let's see what you got to say about that. Yeah, a bit of a weird reaction. Absolutely fine. I thought I've got away with this. Went to bed, woke up on Thursday morning last week, absolutely, completely polaxed, which was horrible, I've got to say. But anyway, thanks for being here anyway. Back to it. So yes, Titanic tunes, songs that sank without a trace, that I'm trying to resurrect. I'm trying to bring up from the ocean bed, trying to get everyone back in touch with them and all the rest of it. So yeah, a few of those. I mean, that was a good example of one where with 90 of the Shades, you know, we put all our eggs in one basket with that, really. We were working with the producer, James Jimbo Barton, which I've told you guys before. He ended up producing you know, the Young Gods album. And we really felt we had this kind of cool sound, and it was very, you know, complicated recording, and we'd gone through a whole trauma of poor old, you know, Dave Hopper having to leave the band after that recording session because it was so difficult and fraught, and we were all very naive. And so we kind of put a lot of store in it. I think the label did as well, and it came out and absolutely plummeted to the bottom of the trench, which was a bit annoying. But it's since been revived, you know, this is the whole thing, isn't it? You know, they don't go anywhere, songs, once they're recorded. They become part of the whole, you know, the whole tapestry, don't they? So anyway, please like and share this. Let me see your shares. Let me see your likes, please, if you wouldn't mind. PayPal link is paypal.me/JepSongs. If you're watching live, please comment with the number 1. If you're watching after the fact, please comment with number 2. I'm going to go through a few questions. Anything coming over the ether there, ladies?
We've got Charlie watching in Israel.
Unbelievable.
And we've got Christophe in France.
No way. Well, Christophe, thank you so much for being here. Merci. I made some effort. I made an effort. I don't. Well, that's brilliant. And Israel as well, fantastic. I don't know whether we've got our friends down in Australia or kind of. Might be time. Could be. You know, I know people are getting back to work and all the rest of it, so it's very difficult. So, oh God, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we've got some shout-outs here. So, Daryl White, belated birthday shout-out for last Thursday would be great. Glad you're back in the game. Thanks, Daryl. No problem at all. Shout-out, please, for David Jolie. Tobe, I can't be with you live, but always watch on Friday mornings. It's the soundtrack of my working day. Brilliant. Well, thank you watching this on Friday there, David. Simon Fenton, shout-out for me, please, Toby. Current recovering from a cardiac arrest, which I had last month. I'm a drummer and recently had a T-shirt printed with my hero's surname on it, including the certain Mr. Michael Lee. Well, I hope you're getting better. I know we had a little bit of a chat earlier on anyway, Simon, but I hope you're feeling better, mate. And thanks, you know, for joining us. You know, hopefully this won't, you know, sort of make it worse. It won't make it any worse. I hope not. Okay, what we've got here? Paul Garnett. Just to clarify, on Thursday it's Toby's Titanic tunes. You're not covering that Celine Dion song, are you? No. No, well, that's definitely not going to happen. I couldn't sing it, to be honest, but there we go. So what else we've got here? Mel Pilbeam from 2 weeks ago. Toby, please can you say hi to my husband, Dave Pilbeam. Hi, Dave. He's working really hard at the moment. He's not enjoying and could do with cheering up. A shout out from you could help. He inspired my love of rock music many years ago, starting with Little Angels, Skin, Thunder, Bon Jovi. Thanks, Mel. Well, there we go. Fantastic. Well, I've got loads to thank Dave for. So brilliant. There we go. Any questions coming over the? Anything else going on for the ladies? Before?
No questions so far. But could you wish happy birthday to Sharon Furness?
Right. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, to Sharon.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
And Richard Green says happy 1 year busking anniversary.
Yes. Now I was going to come on to that. Yes. An exact year since the very first official digital Busker. Come on, let me see those love hearts. Bring them on. Let me see them covering the screen. Don't let me down. Bring them on. Because it's a year. I don't know how many shows that is, but I'm sure Craig will tell me in 30 nanoseconds. So, you know, it's been brilliant. I mean, I know we've had a couple of stalls over this month. Bit of a weird month this March has been, really, hasn't it? But I think we're on 9th show on this season. I've got another one and next week, and then we'll be doing the auction. And who knows, maybe I'll do it again. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. But it's been fantastic doing it for you. Thank you so much for everyone who's contributed. And it's just been being here to help us all kind of get through this weird, terrible, sort of odd year that none of us are going to forget, and hopefully it isn't going to go on for very much longer, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, I'll also tell you a bit later on, but I'm going to play another song. I haven't played this for a long time. This was another one. This was my first, the kind of debut single I put out. It was kind of a focus track. I mean, it was still singles at the time, but we didn't release it specifically as a single. It was a song that we put to radio when I did the Ignorance is Bliss record. And I was very pleased with this. And I wrote this with Russ Ballard, and we tried really hard with it, but again, unfortunately, didn't quite connect. But I've always really liked it. Slip into your fingers. infection starts with the virus on a splinter. Too far gone, the thoughts of fear to enter. Say you're not my enemy, but I don't want your sympathy, so what you say we let you go. Every time you put on me a sensual reality, it's hard for me to tell you no. There is no doubt, I'm inside and out. I never can resist, sometimes I don't miss, so I've been looking through your fingers. Now that something's come between us, I've been looking through your fingers. I've been hiding, looking through your fingers. Now that something's come between us, I've been looking through your fingers. My favorite seal, like hot wax on a paper. My thoughts congeal in a downward spiral chamber. I'm trying to make my fire while I'm falling in the dark, but the surface of my mouth is dry. Echoes in my head, now the big things say, and the prices on the money can't buy. So I'll be back down this piece of track. I never seem to find any peace of mind. I've been slipping through your fingers. Now that something's come between us, I've been slipping through your fingers. I've been slipping through your fingers. Now that something's come between us, I've been slipping through your fingers. Yeah, oh yeah, always loved that one. And great experience working with Russ Ballard on that. Fantastic songwriter. Wrote some stuff with Little Angels, wrote stuff with me, Love is a Gun, and Juvenile Offender. So yeah, good friend and a great writer. So yeah, a bit disappointed that one didn't do anything, but you know, hey, maybe in the future, who knows? Okay, anything coming through there? Anything exciting going on? You know, I can feel it in the air, the atmosphere.
Sorry, there was.
That's a no then.
There was.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you what.
I got a good one.
Go on.
Keith Steen asks, apart from these sessions, what will you miss about the end of lockdown? What will you miss about lockdown?
I don't know if I'll miss anything about it really. I mean, I've enjoyed, like probably a lot of us have, I've enjoyed being at home a lot, obviously, because that hasn't happened for, I mean, I can't remember a time where I was at home pretty much all day long, you know, every day for months on end, you know, even when I was sort of working in other things, even when I was in the film business and I was running the building firm, you know, I was out working every day, of course, you know, but really from the touring perspective and from the recording perspective, I've never been in a time like this. And I think that's probably the same for most of us, you know, experiencing that kind of like hemmed in, you know, looking at the same four walls. And I must admit it, you know, I found it quite stressful recently. But I'm not going to, you know, I'm very lucky, and as most of us are. You know, a lot of people have suffered very, very badly, and not obviously only in this country. You know, I often sort of catch myself on when I start feeling self-pity about these sorts of things, because especially about the situation when, you know, the poor people in Syria or anywhere else in the world, you know, the developing world, India or whatever, you know, the struggles a lot of those countries are having, you know, ours paling into insignificance next to a lot of that. But that's not to decry. Obviously, clearly we've had a lot of problems here, and a lot of people have lost their lives. So it's a very difficult thing, isn't it? A very difficult thing to sort of sum it up. But I won't be sad about the fact we can go and do things. I mean, I'm looking forward to just the very simple things. And I really hope that everyone has got that in their heads, that it's like you can do simple things, and it doesn't have to be about this sort of huge return back to this craziness that was before. I really hope we have a bit of that, you know, take a bit of stock, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, I know it was a long, convoluted answer, but there we go. I'm going to a couple of things that we've got on my sheet here that Rob's asked me to talk to you about. What have we got going on here? So, yes, we talked about the digital busking sessions as officially celebrates its first anniversary tomorrow, Friday, 26th of March. Yeah, so we're a day early, but you know what I mean. So that's fantastic. So if you are, I was going to mention about the shirt. We are going to issue another shirt. This is a new shirt. This is the prototype. This is to celebrate this final season of the lockdown sessions. And I'm going to show you the image on my iPad. So we did it so you can have a little look at, see what you think. There's loads of detail on this, done by Stuart Dilly, the guy who does all the Wayward Sons t-shirt, Wayward Sons design work. It's got Josie in there, Ket's in there, Dave's in there, and Ket and Maddie are both on that, so we really like that. So if anyone is interested in that, we are going to, and we've done this because we've had a lot of requests for this, people have been mentioning this to us, we've got loads of messages. We are going to do a second disc, a second digital Buskers disc. It's going to be called Return to the Kitchen. This artwork on this t-shirt will be on the disc, and it's going to be a lot of rarities, because I played a lot of songs this time that I didn't play on the first series, and I wasn't going to do it. I've got to be honest, I wasn't going to do another one, but there's been a lot of interest. I've been getting lots of great messages from you all saying, oh, please do it. So we are going to do it, but we're going to do it very limited. And let me just get the details before I get this wrong, because I'll get told off viciously by Robert. So yeah, so what we're going to do with it is, let me find the details here. Yeah, we are going to put out, here we are, Digital Buskers Return to the Kitchen new merchandise to celebrate 1 year of the Digital Busking Sessions. We are launching this new limited edition t-shirt, designed by Stuart Dilly, and it's sort of Indiana Jones style shirt, of course. And we're releasing the brand new acoustic CD, whole host of range. You have to set all that on there, so yeah. But also, I've said to Rob, I want to do something special. We're going to issue an A4 print of this as well, which everyone gets with the CD as part of the price. So if you're interested in that, we're not going to start the pre-order for a little while, but if you go to my website and to the store, you can select an option to get notified by email or by SMS text when the product launches, so don't miss out on that. So if you want to go and look at that, if you're interested in that, and again, thank you so much for supporting us through this whole process. This is the last thing we're going to be doing with Digital Busking, so it'll sort of tie it off nicely. I wanted to do something to celebrate it, and I've really been enjoying Stuart's brilliant work, his design work, so there we go. So brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. This went down. I did this a couple of weeks ago. This seemed to go down really, really well. And again, another song that I kind of found, and I've had big intentions for this. It was written around the same period that I was writing stuff for what would have been the fourth Little Angel studio album, when I did things like All Road Leads to You and I Want Love and things like that. So I wrote it around a similar period. Probably would have ended up on a Little Angels record, sort of, perhaps, you know. But it's called Little Bird. hang on. That was on the stage at like a really posh theatre then. Velvet curtains and a bloke in a dicky bow at the front waving. That's that scene I've got going on. No shoes on. There's a big sort of... I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was enjoying it. Anyway, more questions? Anything coming there through these? I've got a few more shout outs, I think, here. So what we've got here. Yes, loads here. Oh, yes, of course. Of course, how could I forget this? This is from Diane Town, who is the power behind the throne, clearly, saying a belated birthday to the marvellous Mr. Rob Town last Saturday. Henry was 23 years old. So, yeah, quite young, still in his short trousers. Paul Aaron, happy birthday to my awesome dad who passed away. Hope you've recovered from your jab. I have, and condolences, but happy to shout that, of course. Jackie Daveridge, glad you're fit and well, thank you. Just had mine. Should be there for a good, and should be good for tonight as well. I hope you are, Jackie, because it's a bit of a bugger. It's not affecting everyone in the same way, which is kind of odd, but I suppose that's the whole thing. We're all different. Jason Ward, I'm 49 years old today. Well, fantastic. You know, I'm yet to have my 49th birthday, Jason. Andrew Purden, shout out for my wife Liz and also my brother David, who has finally returned home and watching in his own house. Happy days. Well, there you go. Brilliant. Well, I'm glad I can accommodate and all the rest of it. Anything coming over the ether there, ladies?
Just lots of love for that song and...
This is a good one, that's another one. Yeah.
About the merchandise and the t-shirt.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I mean, like I say, we just thought it was a good way, a fitting way of finishing off the whole season. Not to say that I won't do some more or something else in the future, but I just sort of sat down and I know it's Craig sort of saying, oh, you've played loads more different songs. I knew I was playing some different stuff, but I didn't realise I'd done a sort of extra 20 songs or something I hadn't played on the first season. So we thought it's worthwhile. Just a couple of mentions. The official website, you know, for all information to do with it, everything I'm doing is tobyjepsonofficial.com. My YouTube video channel is at tobyjepsonofficial. And we'll come and talk about Patreon in a minute. Okay, so I've got a bit of a special thing I'm going to do now for you. Because one thing I will talk about, I guess I couldn't talk about Patreon site. So what I did last week with Patreon was I played, I'm starting to think about putting a solo record together. Now we've finished the Wayward Sons, there we are. I'll talk about Wayward Sons in a minute, but that's the albums there, look. Bit of Wayward Sons action going on there. I'm starting to think about doing a solo record. So through my Patreon site, which is, you know, really a nice building community at the moment. We've got some lovely people on there, and you know, I wanted to bring the whole concept of what it means to write and make a record to the heart of everyone, and so you can understand it. So last week I played 4 brand new songs in their embryonic condition that they're in, the very early starts of those songs, 4 songs to the patrons, and they got that exclusively. So I'm going to play 2 of those songs to you guys tonight to give you an idea of how I do it. And also to encourage you to perhaps get involved with Patreon. We're at the end of a month now, so the beginning of next month is the right time to join Patreon. And I'm going to be doing this going forward for the next several months, where when I've got some new tunes to play, some new ideas, I'm going to go on Patreon on the Monday nights and you're going to get exclusive access to do those songs. We're also going to do studio visits when the whole lockdown thing finishes and I get in the studio to record these tracks. I'm going to open that exclusively up to Patreons, and also we're going to be doing fly on the wall access to the studio for anyone that's a patron to watch me make the record. So I think it's something that hasn't been explored, and I want to, like, I'm going to play these tunes now. I'm still writing these songs. You know, these things are not finished. I might get the words, I might muddle the words up wrong, I might get the melody wrong, because I'm still trying to figure out what the melody is a little bit, you know? So it's a kind of work in progress, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of an insight into how I do it. So these songs are very, very, very early doors. But yeah, so these are, no one's ever heard these before apart from the patrons. So here we go. This one's called Meantime. Don't make me fall. my heart out. There's all that lot of flipping backroom staff running around. Amazing. Right, okay, so that's that one. And again, like I say, very early doors, starting to mess about with ideas, just trying to figure them out. And it'll change, you know, it'll become something else. And the great thing is that I always maintain and always have maintained, if you can play a song acoustically and people understand it and like it, then you're onto something, right? So I can do anything I want with that idea now. So I've got this, it's in my head, and I'm starting to figure out how we will record it and what kind of style we'll do it in and how we'll approach it, that sort of thing. So I'm going to play you one more. Is that okay? But I hope you don't mind. I know you don't know these tunes, but it's probably quite interesting for you. So this has been around a little while. I tried this actually weirdly with Wayward Sons in the early sessions, and it didn't kind of work. But I'm changing it now. It's evolving. So I want to try this one. This one's called Across the Street. Across the street, out of my window, I can see the lives of others passing by. Though I cannot hear a single word they say, I can tell the lost and lonely by their eyes. Across the street, across the street, across the world, so many stories have been told by every voice and every day, like a billion different moments trying to collide and tell a different kind of truth that's all the same. Across the streets, across the street, across the street. One day I will leave this place. One day I will run away. One day I will find my way back home. Girl, lay my body down across the universe where I think reside. Like equal partners in the crime. From the vantage point of the warriors of peace, struggle really with the ravages of time. Across the street, across the street, across the street, across the street, across the across the There you go. There they are. Early starts, early ideas. What do I do with it now, you know? And it's interesting because, you know, I could take that in a number of directions, and the whole idea is that we figure that out. We try and explore that. So that's what we're going to be doing through Patreon. We're going to be playing, I'm going to play some songs. Like I say, I've played 4, there's 2 of them, and I've got loads more. I've got about 20 songs on the slate at the moment. So I'm going to be working through those, and every time I get 2 or 3 ready to go, I'll be playing them on Patreon, and that's where the access point is for that. So yeah, if you might be interested in that, I mean, I will play some, and I will put some out anyway. But that's where you get the deeper layers of it all. So yes, anything coming there for the ether now?
Graham Blacksall said that is like the anthem of lockdown because he spent most of his lockdown life looking out the window at people and across the street. So
yeah, and of course the idea of that is, I mean, it's a kind of universal ethic, isn't it? You know, until you walk a mile in someone's shoes, you don't know what their life is. You know, you don't know. We shouldn't be judging anybody. If we're going to learn anything from lockdown and from this whole coronavirus situation, is that take greater care with each other and look at the situation from a proper perspective of care, because you don't know what someone's life is about, you know. And I think this is one of the major problems in the world, as far as I'm concerned. The biggest problems that we face are often the simplest ones to solve. I think that's really true, and I think this song was that whole idea that, you know, you could look out your window, you could be looking onto a desert of the Sahara, or you could be looking onto New York, or you could be looking onto Moscow. We're all the same. We're all trying to survive. We're all trying to get through life, you know. And so that's what that idea is, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you feel like you worked that out. That's very cool. Okay. What else have we got to tell you? I've got a few more shout-outs here. A couple more. So what we got going on here? Oh yes, my mate David Brown. Now I'm actually I've become an ambassador of a charity called Snappy, which is helping kids with learning disabilities and various other disabilities. So I've now got involved with that organisation. And if you guys want to go and check that out, it's thesnappytrust.org. Brilliant stuff. I'm helping them. We're going to put some ideas. We're putting some ideas together at the moment to sort of do some charitable stuff with that. So very happy to be involved with that. Charlie Power, Toby, I realise you live very close to friends of ours. Hang on. You gave a shout out for him a while back, Gary Pieman Cox. He's open again now. It's worth a visit, not only for cakes and pies, but you're both DJs now, as Gary is rocking an ERB radio on Tuesday. Well, brilliant. Well, there you go then. Pies and radio. What's not to love? Eat a pie whilst talking. I don't do that very often. I've got to be honest. When I'm doing my radio show, try and keep the pies. I have them piled up ready to go, but I try and do the radio first, and I don't want a mouthful of pie, do you? It's not conducive to. Anyway, so what we got there. So what else we got here? A few more. Looking forward to hearing you later. Hope you're feeling better. That's from Joe Johnson. I am. Thank you so much, Joe. Okay, Jan Tideman. I think that's nice spelling of the name there. Question. Fast forward a couple of years. The Wayward Sons are headlining Wembley. What's your intro tape? Yakety Sax. Benny Hill. Played by Dave, probably. Then singing into the Starsky and Hutch theme, out of that into the Rockford Files, straight into Smack My Bitch Up. No, probably not that one, because I think that's maybe a little bit off. Anyway, yeah. So Brian Summerson, I'm looking forward to tonight. It's my 50th birthday on Monday. Feel free to mention that. Brian, you're young. I'm sort of, you know, I'm older than you, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Mike Jones had my letter through today for my first jab on my birthday on the 7th of April. Will be happy jab day to me. One step closer to gigs happening. Yes, indeed, Mike. Absolutely. So there we go. Brilliant. What else? I'll just report before I sort of forget any of this stuff, because I'm so useless at these things. Yeah, please like and share. I mean, I know it's a really obvious one, but please like and share this. Get it out there. TobyJepsonOfficial.com. That's the seat of everything. Seat of learning, as far as I'm concerned. And YouTube is at Toby Jepson Official. Please go on, subscribe to that. We've got tons and tons and tons of stuff, and it's the same with Patreon. If you are interested in joining Patreon, do it now, because this beginning of the month is where we take the payment and all the rest of it. Loads and loads of archive material there now. So and we have a great time on a Monday night. Yeah, I think that's it really. Yeah, we'll just chuck that away. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to do. Probably, where are we with time? I think we're getting on. We're all right with time, really, aren't we? It's not too bad, is it? I'm going to do this one. I haven't done this next track, for absolutely ages. And someone sent me a message saying, "Do you remember that song?" And I thought, actually, I can't believe it. I used to play it live acoustically loads. So I want to try it. Might go wrong, don't know. So yeah, it's what's called Inside Out. There you go. Real simple. That was going to be, I think that probably was an idea originally that I was writing for the Angels. Very similar sort of thing that we used to do with that open A chord and a G and a D and all the rest of it. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing for time? Oh, cool, great. Yeah, I always used to like that one. Did it loads acoustically, and I think it's on the MP3 Club. We did this MP3 Club years and years and years ago that some people have got, some people didn't. And that's, again, that's a song I just completely forgot about. So, so a Titanic song without a trace. Oh, there we go. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to love you and leave you with one more final song. This is the Little Angels song. This was really, really popular for us live, but it was, again, a track that kind of got buried at the back end of the Jam album, but very popular live. So it had a bit of a resurgence. Haven't played this for absolutely ages, so don't know how this is going to go. Yeah, so just final things, paypal.me/JepSongs. Please like and share this post. Let us know where you are in the world. We love all that. We love all that stuff. And if you're watching live, please comment with a number 1. If you're watching on repeat, please press the number 2. Yeah, it's been brilliant. I'm back again next week, definitely. I promise I won't take another week off. I feel terrible about it, but I was feeling terrible, so there we go. Okay, so yeah, so you'll see you next week. Thank you for being here.
Take care. See you soon. Oh, I can't believe it.
I get it. Absolutely flipping scene stealer, hogger of the limelight.
Bye guys.
Anyway, yeah, take care. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Love you all.